Education plays an important role in helping customers to onboard, adopt and realise value from the products and services they've purchased. Whilst the customer success manager should make sure they do not end up in a full-time training role or get roped into delivering so much training that it doesn't leave them time to conduct their other essential duties, it is most definitely appropriate for CSMs to expect to need to deliver some training, especially to the customer's key stakeholders and maybe even sometimes to their power users. The most obvious, and indeed often the most essential aspect of education for the CSM is educating the customer's key stakeholders on the features and functions of the products and services they've purchased. Where the CSM can add more value as an educator than a standard training video course or book could do, is in using their understanding of the customer's initiative, current situation and outcome requirements to explain their company's products and services in context rather than just generically. Helping key stakeholders to understand how individual aspects of products and services provide specific functionality that helps to deliver the specific value that customers need can be very powerful in generating support for adoption and in helping those key stakeholders begin to think about who within their company will be impacted by the introduction of these products and services and in what ways they will be impacted. Alongside the products and services themselves, CSMs may well find themselves needing to educate the customer's key stakeholders around onboarding and adoption best practices, training, support and certification options for their end users, and ways to measure and report on value generation. In terms of pure play skills, I cannot think of a more important skill for customer success managers than the skill of communication. Communication is such an important component of the CSM's role, just as it is in many other roles. Time spent refining and improving one's communication skills is therefore time that is always well spent, no matter how good you may already be or think you are when it comes to communication. To be a good communicator, you have to be a good listener. It may be anachronistic to say it, but the old adage that states you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so use them proportionately, makes a lot of sense. Time and again, studies show that customers regularly get frustrated because they do not feel they're being heard by their suppliers and do not feel that suppliers take sufficient time to properly understand their needs. The art of good communication therefore starts with listening, and that means active listening. What I mean by that is that the CSM takes responsibility for ensuring that the customer is given the space within the meeting or conversation to state whatever they wish or need to state without interruption. And then, where necessary, the CSM can check to make sure that not only have they heard what the customer said, but they also understood it. This can be done by paraphrasing back to the stakeholder what they said and asking for validation that this is correct. For example, the CSM might say, so if I understand you correctly, you need this to happen to this quality standard by this date, and then you need that to happen to that quality standard by that date. Is that correct? Paraphrasing back what someone says to you in order to validate it provides 2 benefits. Firstly, as stated, it validates our understanding for ourselves and provides an opportunity for the stakeholder to correct any misunderstanding. Secondly, it serves as a reassurance to the person speaking that the person listening actually was listening, really did hear them, and understood their message. CSMs will often find themselves in situations that require decisions to be made, action to be taken, or resources to be used that are not the CSM's own responsibility, but that of others. This could be in forward-facing situations with customer stakeholders, but could equally be in backward-facing situations with colleagues and sometimes even out to the sides with partners of either the customer or of the CSM's company. The point is that whatever the specifics of the situation, there will often be occasions when the CSM wants something to get done but cannot do it themselves, or when a decision is not theirs to make but they want the person making it to decide in favour of one particular direction over another. In these types of situations, the CSM must fall back on their influencing skills. Of course, a lot of influencing comes down to having great communication and presentation skills, and even to being a good educator. All things we've discussed earlier. But I would say it's more than that. It's also about great relationship making and relationship management skills. It includes the ability to form friendships and to win the trust and confidence of people of all types and from all places. In short, the CSM could perhaps be thought of not as the person who actually does everything, but more as the spider in the middle of the web, enabling and influencing others as necessary to get done whatever needs to be done in a timely fashion and to the relevant standard.